Wanted to show you a new app that the district just paid for. It's called Screencastify, and you use it to make what are called screencasts. In other words, you have maybe a slideshow or something that you want to record a lesson. This could be something that could be done asynchronously, which remember means kids do it on their own and they just watch it later. Um, and then you can just, once you make the video, once you make the screencast, you can post it in Google Classroom and students can watch it anytime. So here's how it works. First, you kind of want to have on your screen what maybe the digital materials or the thing that you want to share with your class. And in this case, it's just a slideshow on volume. Again, this is a thing that I did last year. And then, now that you've got everything up that you want to show your class, you want to look in your Chrome browsers, and you're looking up here for this little orange button. Kind of looks like an arrow. Mine has a number 2 next to it. Yours probably won't. But this is what's called a Chrome extension called Screencastify. And the district actually just paid for a unlimited license for Screencastify for every teacher in the district. We just got it approved today. Now, when you click it, now, by the way, if you can't see it, if you're like, I'm looking up here, I don't see it, probably means one of two things. First off, you have to be logged into your Stonewall Google account, which would mean you'd see these Stonewall links, they'd appear. That's the first thing to check. Second thing to check, sometimes your extensions, these little buttons up here, sometimes they hide underneath this puzzle piece. See how there it is right there. So you can either click it here, you can press this puzzle piece, or click it there. All right, anyway, so the first time that you click it, again, I've used the extension a few times, so the first time that you click it, a new tab will open up. It'll ask you what account do you want to log into. Make sure you click your school email account. It might ask you for some other stuff like, are you a teacher? Make sure you click yes. How are you going to use it? Blah, blah, blah. Just standard stuff. After you use it for the first time, or after you kind of go through all those initial features, then anytime you click that button, this will pop up. And it'll ask you, what do you want to record? Do you want to record a video just on a browser tab? For example, what I have here. Do you want to record, if I click this one, your entire desktop, which would cover all the buttons up here, anything that's behind it? So pro tip, if you're going to click the desktop button, make sure there's nothing back here that you wouldn't want students seeing. And then the third option that you have is just the webcam, which would mean it just turns the little camera on and you can just talk to your class. Maybe you want to record it like, hey, I miss you all, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I'm going to click the desktop here because I kind of want to record everything. You want to choose your microphone, although you don't have to have the microphone on. Maybe a parent was like, hey, I can't figure out how to get to Google Drive. Can you show me? You don't necessarily want to talk. You just want to put in front of them what they see. So you can turn your microphone off or on. You can choose the mic. Usually for your Chromebooks, it will be internal microphone. And then you can even choose to turn on the webcam. I like using the webcam. I find for students, they want to see your face, especially as the school year is starting out. If you start making these, it's kind of fun. It puts your face in the corner. You can even click and drag yourself around. So I'm going to keep the webcam on. And then once you've got what you want, you just press record, right? You click what you want to record. In this case, my entire desktop. Press share, and when I press share, it's going to give me a countdown. Ready? 3, 2, 1. And you see my face in the corner. Now, pro tip, let's say you mess up. You say a bad word. You like, poop, I opened the wrong window. I want to start all over again. Well, cool. To start all over again, if you mess up, you just click up here. You click up here. And then if that's not working, you just dump down here and press the button that says stop sharing. And then it'll stop your screencast for you. Ta-da! And then it goes away. And you can close out that tab and try it one more time. Normally you can click up there and press stop screencast. I'm not sure what was going on there. So I messed up. Hey, let's make it, let's do one that's for real. So you click it, click desktop, press record, choose what you want to record, put your little face in the corner, you get the countdown, and then you just start talking. Hey, class. I tell you what, before we start recording though, here's a fun little pro tip if you're going to do this with Google Slides. I know a lot of you don't like to have the slides that appear here in the corner. So what I usually recommend is you press, if you're going to screencast a Google slideshow, see this little arrow, this little down arrow next to the present tab. If you click that and you press presenter view, that'll actually, let me close this out here. That'll open up your slideshow in another tab, and then you can click through it, right? So usually I say, like, if you're gonna do a screencast, rather than have like everything else open, do it in the presenter view, because you can still click through it and talk through your lessons and be like, oh, volume, what is volume? Well, and by the way, Screencastify, it's kind of cool. It's not perfect, but here in the bottom, there are some annotation tools. So, you know, if you're trying to have the class see if they can figure out the length, maybe they're like, oh, the length of Prism A is 4, and you can actually write on top of it. Kind of cool, not perfect, because you kind of got to do it with your fingers, but if you want to do some annotations, draw on top of some of your slideshows, that works. Anyway, so you finished your screencast. You've talked through your amazing lessons. Now what do you do? Well, like I said, normally you can click up here and press stop screencast. Don't know why it's not doing that. Oh, there you go. It's just being slow. So you press stop. And then what it's going to do, and this is the really cool part. You know, sometimes with apps like this, we're like, oh man, you know, do I have to like download it and then upload it to YouTube and then blah, blah. No, what's really cool about Screencastify, first off, if you messed up, let me go turn that off there. You can, if you like, you want to cut off the beginning or the end of your clip, if you're into like video editing, you can do that, right? But what I love about Screencastify, once you make your screencast, in case you can't tell, it's playing back in front of me right now. I can even turn on the volume if I want to listen to myself. I know a lot of you don't like to have the slides that appear here in the yada, yada, yada. But to share this with your class, you just made this screencast. Totally fun, right? Blah, blah, blah. It's amazing. You just press the button up here that says copy shareable link. And then that copies the link of your screencast to your clipboard. Then you can just go to Google Classroom. I'm going to share this to Miss Holmes's class here. Go to your class stream. Here's the let's see. Here's the link for today's lesson. Whatever. Press add. Add a link. You just paste the link there. Press add link, and then post it. And then boom, there it is. When a kid opens that up, your video will start playing. Kind of cool. Super easy. And yeah, it's free now. We all have that. Isn't that cool?